All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This market recaps for Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023. Usual process here. I'm going to go through my situational awareness or market breadth indicators. Top line is bullish, bottom line is bearish. This helps me tell which way the market breadth is going, either bullish or bearish. So looking for the numbers to be higher, bullish or bearish. First set of indicators is bearish, 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 and bearish. Second set of indicators are all also bearish. Same thing it's been the past couple days. Let's check the market stocks. The 8 biggest stocks. Apple bouncing to the 10 does look weak here. 3 days up and now hitting the 10-day moving average. Amazon has been bouncing off the 50, runs into the 10 and 20-day moving average, and we get a down day. We'll see if this falls tomorrow. Google holding up in this higher range here. 2 days up, hits the 20-day moving averages and pulls back to low of day. Meta, weak bounce up to the 10 and we get a down candle. This looks very bearish to me. Microsoft closes positive, hits the 20 and pulls back. Netflix still below the 10-day moving average. NVDA had a great range expansion yesterday, goes to an all-time high, and then you have a down day. That's bearish. They do have earnings tomorrow, so anything's going to happen. I am sitting out till Thursday. I don't care what the market does tomorrow or Thursday until we get through Jackson Hole and the market picks a direction it wants to go. I'm sitting out. Tesla bounces up to the close to the 20, pulls back, closes below the open, but still positive on the day. Same thing with the total stock market index. 3 days up, still below the 10. 10 is below the 20, and price is below the 50. That's bearish. Check the weekly summation. This is the NASDAQ. 5 week is below the 10 week with price below the 5 week. RSI RSI 14 on the weekly still holding above 50. That's the only thing keeping me from going all in short. Stoch is still above 50, pointing down. MACD is negative. VIX is down a little bit, below 17. The fact that the RSI 14 on the weekly is still above 50 and the VIX has not spiked below above 20 or 25 is keeping me on the sidelines right now. I want to see a definite break below the 50 on the RSI, and I want to see the VIX spike. Stocks above their 40-day moving average is now at 28.48. That's bearish as well. How I like to play the T2108 is the percent of stocks above their 40-day moving average falls below 20 and then climbs back above. That usually signals a shift in momentum. Again, these are just kind of street signs or road maps just to tell me which way the market breadth is going. Check the SPY. Same thing as the NASDAQ. Bearish except for the RSI and the VIX. Check it on the daily. The 10 EMA moving average is below the 20 with price below the 10. 2 days up, and then you get a reversal off the 10-day moving average. RSI 21 is below 50. Stoch is oversold, but can remain there in a bullish market, or it can remain above 80 in a bullish market. All of this looks bearish to me. All of this. Check the NASDAQ. COMPQX. Same thing. RSI 21 below 50. Stotch in the oversold zone, staying down there. We have 3-day bounce up to the 10. And we've got NVIDIA earnings tomorrow after market close. And then we have the Fed speak on Thursday. So by Friday, I'm thinking we're going to figure out pretty quickly if we're going to be going up or starting another downtrend here. All of this has been the same for the past couple days. Just we've had a drop. I was looking for a bounce. We're getting it now. How high do we go is what remains to be seen. Or if we just start another downtrend. That's what I'm waiting on to figure out which way the wind's going to blow, at my back or in my face. And that will help me determine if I'm going to go long or short. But for now, I'm just on the sidelines. Let's check the power stock scan, which is my bullish scan. AAOI, very strong stock. Looked like a great breakout here yesterday. And we didn't do anything with it. This could even be a double top. Wouldn't sell the stock here yet, but I have a pretty tight stop in below the 5-day EMA. ACHR, same thing. Looked like it was going to break out. Has a down day. These are in alphabetical order. This isn't the right order. Let's go back here. There we go. HK, this one showed up on a radar this day. And, you know, the dollar volume's low, but it keeps showing up. It's showing strength. It's a recent IPO. These are all things I look for when the market's bullish. Not taking this here. If the market breadth decides to turn from bearish to bullish, you know, I'll look for a setup. APP broke out, pulled back, sitting at the top of the range. That's a hold. CLS, this looks like a great setup. Hits the 20, rides the 20. We get a range expansion up on big volume or higher than average volume. It is in the power RSI zone. This looks like a fantastic flag on the weekly. Dollar volume's good, ADR's good. Again, not taking it. Don't trust the market breadth here. CAMT, this was an all-time high, I think, yesterday. Got a little bit of a pop. That's an ugly candle. MMYT consolidating. RELY breaks out, and you get a reversal candle. Nothing really looks super bullish right now. Oil and gas, this is pulling back, still above the 10. Hold it if you got it. CIX consolidating, had the pop here and just kind of going sideways. NVIDIA, you know, had a great day yesterday. Looked really, really strong. All-time high. And then closes negative. Still above the 5 and the 10. Has earnings tomorrow. Better be magic. That would be the only thing that I think could really drive the market higher. X, this is consolidating still above the 5-day EMA. I'd hold that. MTSI, this looks good. Well, it's up third. I don't like it with a 3rd-day breakout, even if this wasn't a bullish market. That's got to go from a long way to get to that breakout zone. You want to see something tight and then break out. Yeti, that's not doing anything. Again, I've only got 49 stocks on my power scan list. In a bullish market, I got, you know, between 120 and 150 usually. This is bearish in itself. I am waiting to go short. I'm open to going long, but something's got to really change the breath here. Everything looks weak, but not weak enough to go short yet, in my opinion. That's it for the power stock scan. Let's check the IPOs. Same 5-6 stocks holding up. New IPO. No dollar volume on this one. No dollar volume on this one. IPOs have not looked good for a while. The one I've liked recently is Kava, and that broke. That broke out. The market breadth changed from bullish to bearish, and it just broke down. This looks good. Dollar volumes, yeah, a little low, but good. ADR is high. It's a recent IPO. That looks good, but I don't trust the market, so I'm not taking it. That's my edge. Waiting, being patient, sitting on the sidelines till the wind is at my back, either bullish or bearish. You try to trade through all this chop. If you can do it, you're a better trader than I am, and that's fine. I hope you make money. Times like this, I just sit out. Go fish, go play golf. Wait for the market to decide if it really wants to go bullish or bearish. And that's it for the IPOs. Let's check some shorts. My short scan, got 80 stocks on here compared to 49 on the bullish side. Let's let the scan catch up. XPO called this short here, had 2-day bounce, and we had a down day. This looks to be forming a bear flag underneath the moving averages. The 5 is below the 10 is below the 20 with price below the 5. That's bearish. SAI, exact same thing. This looks like a short to me. ELF, this broke, still riding the 50. I'm expecting this to break down. 5 is below the 10 is below the 20. That's a broken trend in my opinion. Carvana, yeah, just these former high flyers have broken. BLDR, former high flyer, broke, going sideways, looking for this to break as well. Low ADR in the stock. Even if I was to short it, you know, it's probably not going to move a lot as much as a stock with a high ADR. SMCI, this would be one I'm looking to short. It's a semiconductor, I think, you know, it'll probably trade with NVDA. I'd be looking for it to maybe pop higher, a little bit longer. See how it's bumping its head on the 10-day moving average here? Like this is weak. This should pop right through that if we're going bullish. MDB, same thing. Can't get above the 10. 10 is below the 20. 5 is below the 10. I mean, nothing's looking strong right now. This is Wayfair. This broke. That looks like a definite short to me. I might just start nibbling on some of these on Friday if we look like we do today. If I get a setup, if I see a good setup, I'm pretty much convinced on the market breadth. Now, you know, I'm 80% there. Upstart, that just looks ugly. This was the fall from grace, though. This one I probably wouldn't short. It's fallen too far, too fast. Crypto stocks still looking terrible. I mean, just cascading down. 30%. Might get a bounce. Again, I'd even though I'm bearish, I'm still going to look for a setup. This is pretty beaten up, but that looks like a good setup to the downside. You fall, got 3 up days, doesn't even hit the 10. You get a range expansion down, and looks like it closed. It closed pretty much right at support, but I'd be looking for that to break. Nothing looks good. GME. Notice once this breaks, you know, here even, except for this day, I mean, it doesn't close above the 10. It never closes above the 5-day EMA. When I'm long, I want stock price to stay above the 5-day EMA. When I'm bearish or short, I want the price to stay below the 5-day EMA. The 5-day EMA is magic. It keeps you in the trade. This stuff with price target, you know, I see guys measure their price targets and stuff like that. That's fine. I mean, if you want to trade that way, but if you just use the 5-day EMA, you know, sell some of this as the position goes your way. Sell some of it, sell into strength. But the last piece, use the 5-day. It works. It really works. AMC just, are movie theaters going out of business? That looks terrible. Macy's, terrible. SE, terrible. That's a short. This was a high flyer at one. Wow. Yep. The more I go through these scans, the more I just want to pull the trigger and go short. That's it. Last thing I'll look at is the 4-hour chart. I don't like to use the 15-minute. I don't like to use the hour. If I want to kind of zoom in from the daily, I use the 4-hour. 4-hour, you know, there's 2 bars per day rather than 1. If you guys watch my videos, I use the 5-day EMA, the 10, and the 20 pretty much. So on the 4-hour, I use the 10, the 20, and the 50. What this does is just kind of give me a little bit better look on where support and resistance are. It's kind of like, you know, looking at a woman in a new dress. Same woman, different dress. Might look at her a little differently. The cues, you know, holding the 10 EMA 10 on the 4-hour, which is, you know, around the 5-day EMA on the daily. So looking for this to break, but it's holding it. The Russell holding the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart just perfectly. Hasn't broken above the 10, but it's just holding. Same thing with the Dow. The SPY can't get above the 10 moving average. Everything just looks so bearish right now. Anyway, I will definitely be on tomorrow after NVIDIA's earnings. That'll be interesting to see which way the market decides to go after they have earnings. I think the earnings will be great, but I think everything's going to start breaking down. If it doesn't, I mean, I'm ready to go long. I'm sitting on the sidelines for now. If you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe.